Hey guys, Archie Luxury on the Archie Luxury channel. Today, guys, I'm finishing off a review for Brian. He's asked me a whole stack of questions, which I've turned them into some short videos. One thing Brian has said there, this is paid review 21QA147. He says, as far as watches go, do you think Tudor will ever attain the craziness of Rolex? I do. I believe 20 years from now, discontinued Tudor models will sell for premiums. I like everything Tudor is doing lately. Okie dokie. Now, I got to be totally honest with you. I started to believe that Kool-Aid myself. I really do think Tudor did the right thing with the Black Bay. And what the Black Bay is, they were very, very clever. They relaunched the Tudor Submariner without calling it a Submariner, because obviously they don't want to call it a Submariner because Submariner is the premium model for Rolex sports enthusiasts. So Black Bay, and they very nicely, they had a no crown guards case, very vintage, faux patina, faux rivet bracelet. It was pretty damn good. And I gotta tell you, I really drank the Kool-Aid myself. I drank the Kool-Aid. And I gotta tell you, it all started with the Tudor Monte Carlo. I thought that was a magnificent idea. I thought that was a really clever idea. The Monte Carlo, which was their 2-reg chrono, that was a very clever way they rebrought some classic. I loved it. Now the problem is with the Monte Carlo, and the problem with the Tudor Black Bays is, well, excluding the 58s, the standard ones are too damn tall. They're chunky monkeys. And I think that's finesse is missing a bit. But that's not going to kill it. The problem with Tudor is they have some absolute dogs in their history and dogs in the range. And case in point is the Tudor Hydronaut, the Tudor Iconaut. These were Tudors which, these are late 90s, early 2000s. These are Tudors that didn't do well in America. They didn't do well in America because they were kind of very conservative. Whereas Tudor was kind of the poorer cousin. It should have been the poorer but hip and swanky cousin. And that's exactly what they did with the Black Bay line. They've made it swanky. Yeah, his parents may not have had a Mercedes-Benz, but his dad rode a motorbike. And he did a bit of weed, and, he's just a hip kind of guy. And I've got to be totally honest with you. I think certain models of Tudor are stuck in the doldrums forever. Things like the Iconaut, Now, I'm very sorry, Austin Daniels. I know you love these models. They are so well engineered. They're well put together. But they just are ugly compared to the Rolex offering. I am sorry, okay? So that's the problem. Look, I got to be honest with you. I've owned 3 Tudor Black Bays. 2 of them I made money or got my money back, and one of them I lost $400 Australian. 400. So Tudors, you can't always buy Tudors new and get your money back. Doesn't matter how difficult the market is there, it's just not happening. I got to be honest with you. I think Tudor is a great entry level watch there. Do I think old Tudors will go up in price? Anything from the 70s, 80s, 90s may do well, particularly sports, but the conservative, the date day, you know, that's kind of, oh my God, man, that is kind of passe. I don't think they'll be hugely that valuable. Tudor is a brand that they had some dog, the Grand Tour. My God, that watch was a dog. You know, they tried to do a tie-in to Ducati. I think, honestly, Tudor themselves there, it's a bit like Breitling. Breitling has used the Navitimer name over and over again to try and get success. Everything is Navitimer, and eventually people get sick of that. I personally think myself, they've got to bring out more hip things. The Royal line is garbage. They should have a Datejust sort of line. They should have some cooler watches. I am really disappointed with Tudor. They've brought out all these models. We want a Coke. The world wants a Coke. A GMT Coke. That's what we want. The punters want that, but Tudor don't want to give that. You know, it's sort of, you know, it's kind of like the girl who will do French kissing, but she won't she won't play downstairs. You can't play downstairs. And that's kind of the thing. It's kind of it just leaves it as a bit of a sour taste in your mouth. So my own view is modern Tudors, I think they are really producing too many. I don't think they will be hugely valuable. I think they will keep pace with inflation. But at the end of the day, Tudor is a stepping stone brand. I'm sorry. It's a stepping stone brand to get you into Rolex. And I love the Tudors. I had a great time. The Tudor Black Bay. I had a great time with it. I loved it to death. You know, if I didn't have my Submariner, I would have kept that Tudor and I would have spruiked it till the day I died. But it's just one of these watches that, I don't know, I just wanted more from it. It was almost there, but no cigar. You know, it's a bit like buying a Mercedes CLA. It's almost a decent real Mercedes, but it's not quite the full quid. You know what I mean? It's kind of, that's kind of the way I would put it. So I'm just gonna tell you, man, Tudor. I think Tudor is a great stepping stone brand. Would I invest heavily? Look, I think, you know, Tudors, you've got some great, if you've got a Tudor Black Bay as a diver, you got a Tudor Monte Carlo as a chrono, maybe a Tudor Pepsi, the Pepsi as a GM, you know, you have a few tuners there. I think you could have a nice little tuner collection. You really could. But at the end of the day, it's not Rolex. It's not Rolex. So I've got to be totally honest with you. I don't think it is moving in that direction. I think Tudor will always be there. I get a bit concerned. Like, I honestly think the smart money would be pre-owned Omegas. Pre-owned Omegas. I think that has more potential to bite than Tudor does. Tudor, I love my Tudors, but I'm kind of a bit jacked off with them there. They're a bit so passe. They're kind of faux rivets, faux patina. Everything's faux. It's very new age snag, you know, metrosexual sort of thing. Yeah, I don't think Tudor is going to pull it off. I'm sorry. I am very, very sorry there, Brian. I disagree. I don't think Tudor will, you're not going to lose your money, but it's going to be a hard struggle to get your money back. That's the way it is with Tudor. The only way you get your money back is with small inflationary increases. That's kind of it with Tudor. So, Guys, tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Remember, I can't survive on Google Ads. I depend on these paid reviews to keep me full-time on the tubes. Without these paid reviews, guys, I cannot survive. Please get a paid review. I'd really appreciate it. And guys, I will see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.